started with a single step paint correction across the vehicle to remove any minor defects, little small swirls, a couple little sanding marks from the factory. Really just make sure that there's no oxidation and all the bonding contaminants that may be in the paint that came from transportation were sufficiently removed. We then proceeded with a full front paint protection film in which we did a custom full hood, full fenders, full front bumper, the backs of the mirrors, and headlights and fog lights are all covered with the paint protection film. I'm not one or the other specifically. I think that the panel actually dictates what we should do. For the most part, all of our hoods are custom installed, but we do a hybrid of pattern kits and bulk installations. And really what that amounts to is that we're able to hold factory lines in places where we feel is unsafe to trim, but really where we want to have that factory line cut perfectly, or where we have edges like this. These all get free-handed right here so that we're able to wrap and conceal the edges to a much higher degree. When we start working with kits on vehicles, and only kits, the problem is that you start fighting the film, and we're not able to provide the same kind of high-end quality, high-end installation as this when we're just doing kits. So to alleviate fighting the film, we'll do a majority of custom installations. But like I said, we pick and choose and let the car and the panel dictate what we're going to have computer cut and what we're going to have custom cut. We then proceeded, cleaned everything up, and did a lifetime ceramic pro package, which is going to be these products right here. So we started with the 9H. Okay, so we did 4 coats of the 9H, which is a hardened ceramic coating. Starts as a liquid and then cures to a solid. This is the hardened coating. This is going to increase this is a secondary clear coat essentially, which increases the hardness from about a 3 up to a 9. It's going to make it more impervious, more resistant to the light scratching and marring that you're so used to seeing, especially in black vehicles like this. It's going to give protection against the bug acids also, to make sure that nothing is etching the paint. But it also has UV inhibitors in it as well. So we're going to be making sure that the sun is not fading this paint as we progress through the years. After the 4 coats of that, we let everything set up and cure for 24 hours. We went ahead and pulled the wheels off the vehicle, cleaned the barrels, the faces, and the calipers thoroughly, and then those were also coated with the Ceramic Pro 9H. You'll notice that the bright red in the rotors right here, nice and crisp. The barrels are cleaned thoroughly throughout. This is going to make sure that the brake dust isn't bonding to the wheels and make maintenance much easier as we put some mileage on this vehicle. So Ceramic Pro actually has a plastic coating. We prefer to use the 9H as this is the flagship product. This is the hardened layer, and as you can see, the 9H will not only darken the trim, but it will also make maintenance and cleaning on these things much easier all over the plastic trim. You'll notice that this will also give the UV resistors in the plastic trim as well, and that we won't have to darken the trim or re-dye the trim moving down the road, which is so common. A lot of times you see that the plastic trim actually discolors and fades from the sun bleaching it over time, and this is going to eliminate that happening. So that's why we apply the 9H to the plastic trims as well. Okay. So the rain is going to give has been placed all over the glass surfaces of the vehicle. So 2 layers on the front, 2 layers on the side, 2 layers on the rear glass. What this is going to do, it's going to give a Rain X style effect, but it's a permanent style coating. In that, when you're driving in the rain, water is not going to sheet on the glass. It's going to bead up, it's going to roll right off. It's going to have less use of the windshield wipers, as the hydrophobic properties are going to let the rain just fly right off of the glass. Really increases visibility and makes driving overall safer, having this on the vehicle. So this is actually applied in such a way, it's actually applied in a horizontal motion as opposed to a vertical motion, so that we can eliminate the possibility of the chatter that's so common with the Rain X. We also do the windshield wiper blades as well in conjunction with the glass, and this is really going to make this product really shine through and through, being applied properly. We finished everything off with a Ceramic Pro Light. This is going to be the hydrophobic layer that chemically bonds to the 9H all over the painted surfaces. So in total, we have 5 layers of coating on top of this entire vehicle on all the painted surfaces, 2 coats on all the glass surfaces and then a coat on the wheels thoroughly through the brakes, faces, and calipers. Everything is all coated. This vehicle is ready for the road ahead, and it is wearing the best protection it possibly can from Xpel and Ceramic Pro, and the proof is in the pudding. So moving forward, a standard 2-bucket hand wash with grit guards in the bottom is really going to be the best way to maintain this. We recommend using a pH balanced soap, whether it's going to be a product from Sonex or a product from CarPro, and that's really all that it's really going to take. Drying the car, you'll be able to dry it with either your leaf blower that you have at home, or if you use a Metro Master Blaster like we have here in the shop, you'll be able to blow the water right off. Your time for washes is going to go down significantly. Typically you may spend about, I don't know, anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half washing the car, and drying the car is a big part of that. But that's also the part where a lot of the scratches and marring starts getting induced at. So now with being able to soap, you'll be able to use a foam cannon. So a foam cannon is going to be an attachment that you put on your power washer. It's going to generate foam, in which case you'll cover the entire car with foam, soap foam, and that'll start to break down some of the dirts and debris that are on the vehicle, and make sure that it's basically like a pre-soak, if you will. Just make washing the vehicle extra lubrication when you're washing the vehicle, and make sure that we're going through the steps of not inducing the scratching and marring, doing a proper wash technique. So with that being said, just be able to after you rinse the vehicle off, after doing the soaping, you'll be able to blow all the water right off, and maintenance is going to be a breeze on this thing.
Awesome.